Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to The Fishing Teacher, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel to check out the episode today. We're going to be talking about the problem of you get out on the lake sometimes and all you can catch is little ones. It's like I've been in the last couple trips I've had where I get out there and I'm catching a bunch of like 6, 7, 10, 11-inch fish, but I can't catch anything bigger than that. So I'm going to give you guys some tips and advice on some changes and adjustments that you can make a lot of times that will fix that problem and allow you to start catching some bigger fish here. I'm also, guys, a couple quick housekeeping tips for get started. Every video, really appreciate you guys putting up with them. I don't know if you've seen about it, guys, but Solar Bat has got their biggest sale of the year right now going on in celebration of our country's 250th anniversary. My Signature Series glasses, my RB2s and 3s, half price, guys, right now, 50% off. Also, if you use my promo code RandyB, you get free shipping and handling. We got 3 different frame colors, a bunch of different lens colors, optical clarity second to none on these Solar Bats. So I'll have the Solar Bat link in the description of this video. And also, guys, you've heard me talking about it. Also, in celebration of our country's 250th anniversary, we got a couple more weeks left on the sale on this Cast King Royal Legend bait cast reel in the Patriot special, guys. Here, 7-foot 3-inch. A medium heavy bait cast rod, built for stout, guys, tournament grade outfit. Super cool looking colors here, the red, white, and blue. And they've also got a spinning outfit in this color. So I'll put my Cast King link in this video description if you want to use that link to get you one. And also if you use the promo code RANDY10, it gives you an additional discount on the combo. So really appreciate that. Okay, let's talk a little bit, guys, about what you can do when you're just in this small fish rut. Now this happens a lot. This is something that's, pretty common amongst, all bass fishermen out there. I want to talk about it a little bit. There's several different factors that evolve with this. It's not just one simple thing. The common thinking is a lot of people say, well, you're catching little fish. All you need to do is just put a bigger lure on. Sometimes that will work, but most of the time that's not it. Most of the time there's other factors involved. Sometimes that is one of the options that you have, but here has been my experience. When I'm catching small ones, this is usually the scenario with it. It's a combination of a bunch of different things. It's a combination of like the water clarity you're fishing, the water depth that you're fishing, and the type of cover and the area that you're fishing. The number one thing that I feel like a lot of times is the depth that you're fishing. A lot of times, let's say for example, you're going down a shoreline and you're throwing a crankbait that runs 3 or 4 feet and you're catching little ones. I've seen a lot of times where you can put down a deeper diving crankbait, something that gets down 6, 7, 8 foot, and you immediately start catching bigger fish. Other times it's how you fish or where you fish in the cover. Sometimes, let's say for example, you're flipping and pitching around boat docks. If you flip the outside dock corner, sometimes you may catch a 12 or 13 incher. If you flip it or skip it way up underneath the dock in the shade, you might catch a 2 or 3 pounder. So sometimes it's just how the fish are positioning. Sometimes it has to do with your lure color. Now this is another big one, because most of the time what you're going to find in lure color is that your more natural subtle colors like the green pumpkins and soft plastic, or like a shad pattern or translucent color in a hard bait, they catch more fish, but they don't catch bigger ones. A lot of times the bigger fish like those big, obnoxious, brighter colors, like, the pearls and the whites and the chartreuses and the yellows. So that's another thing. Or dark colors, dark colors on jigs and worms. A lot of times that'll get you a bigger fish. So when you're talking in terms of what you can do to get past this little rut of catching 10 or 12 inchers, it's a combination of a lot of different things. And sometimes it's just one of those things. Sometimes it's a color switch. Sometimes it's a depth switch. Sometimes it's a complete area switch. A lot of times, let's say you're fishing on the lower end of the lake and you're getting in the small fish rut. Sometimes you can run to the upper end of the lake and start catching bigger ones. So it's a complex puzzle in terms of you don't really know the adjustment that you have to make. You just have to make that adjustment. So what I suggest, here's my pattern or my rule for it. First thing I do is I change lures. Maybe lure profile, maybe the size of the lure, maybe how much water, how hard it vibrates. Maybe I put different spinnerbait blades on. Maybe I go to a different lure color. That's the first thing I do, is make some type of a lure color or profile adjustment. Next thing I do is I'll change my depth range. try different depths. I move shallower, I may move deeper, but I'm just trying to get out of that depth range that I'm getting a lot of the smaller fish in. And then finally, it's a complete area change. Maybe a different part of the lake, different part of the creek. Sometimes just one of those things makes a difference, and sometimes you have to put all of them together. So that's the main thing, guys. If you're catching nothing but little ones, and you're not catching any good ones in between, you have to make one of those changes in order to sort of, get past that little rut there. So anyway, I hope it helps out, guys. We'll talk later.